Hi friends, greetings to all from Bangladesh. The sky of poetry is one. Around the world, poets are written their poetry in many languages, but the color of poetry is one. All poets of globe things for humanity build up their poetry by beauty of nature. I am Toufiq Zohur as a host. Now I am declaring today's selective honorable poet. First of all, I want to introducing today's one of the important poetess who is from Bangladesh. She is Nahida Ashrafi. She is also an editor of literary magazine named Jalodhi. She has been contributed seven anthologies of poetry and short stories. Nahida Ashrafi also edited three short story collection based on the liberation war of Bangladesh. She completed her study in English literature and also got a certificate of diploma in French language. She has participated in many literary festivals and received many prestigious awards and honor from home and abroad. She published five poetry books, two storybooks, and three editing storybooks. She has a publishing house named Jalodhi, and she is also the managing director of Kobita Cafe. Very recently, she has got the prestigious award from the traditional organization Bogro Lekhak Chakra due to his great contribution in editing. Now coming Nahida Ashrafi to read out her first poem today. Now coming Nahida Ashrafi. Thank you. Please unmute your phone. Please unmute your phone. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear brother and fellows and respected viewers and all well wishers. First of all, I would like to thank you on behalf of me and special thanks to the organizer of this poetic evening. First of all, I would like to recite my poem from Bangla and then I would like to try it in English. Okay, first I will read it in Bangla. হৃদয় হরণ পর্ব তুমি চাইলেই আইনস্টাইনকে দিয়ে লিখিয়ে নেব ১৭৩টি প্রেমের কবিতা তুমি চাইলেই আইনস্টাইনকে দিয়ে লিখিয়ে নেব ১৭৩টি প্রেমের কবিতা আর রবিবাবু বানিয়ে দেবেন আস্ত এক থিওরি অফ রিলেটিভিটি তুমি চাইলেই ভ্যান গগ বিটোফেনে তুলবে ঝড় গাইবে রাগ মল্লার বা ভৈরবী আর তোমার উপেক্ষিত হাসির বিনিময়ে আমি লিখে দেব হৃদয়ের ভিটে মাটি Thank you. Now I would like to translate it in English, translated by Muhammad Shafiqul Islam. Well, an episode of Stealing a Heart. If you want, I'll have Einstein write 173 love poems, and Rabindranath will formulate the whole theory of relativity. If you want, Van Gogh will make a storming music rendering songs of Mallar or Vairavi ragas. And in exchange of your derelict smile, I will declare for you the whole of my heartland. Thank you.
Thank you, Naida Ashrafi, for your beautiful poem. Now I am going to introducing today's one of the prominent poetess who lives in America. She is H.B. Rita. She is a poetess, writer, columnist, and a renowned journalist in popular Bengali newspaper Daily Prothom Alo, who is publishing from Bangladesh. She is working this newspaper in North America. She has five poetry books, one essay book, one novel book. Now coming HB Rita to read out her first poem today. Thank you.
Okay. Hi everyone. So what I understood was that we have to read in our language and then translate, but I was not aware of that. So I still have my Bengali and English poem that I'm gonna read. Do I have to read them like both together, Bangla and English? Okay. So my first poem, it's gonna be in Bengali, and the title is মানুষ সত্য। আমি বাংলাতে কবিতাটা পড়ছি। জন্মেছিলাম আমি এক মুসলিম পরিবারে, বেঁচে আছি ভিন্ন ধর্ম, জাত, বর্ণের কারো অর্গান নিয়ে। তাকে আমি চিনি না, তবে আমার ভিতর তার উপস্থিতি খুব টের পাই। তিনি হতে পারতেন মুসলিম, তাতে কি? এই আত্মা রুহ হিন্দু, মুসলিম, বৌদ্ধ, খ্রিস্টান চেনে কি? গত বছর বসেছিলাম হুইল চেয়ারটিতে, একদম একা। ছোট্ট দুটি শিশু ঘরে, বৃদ্ধ মাকে নিয়ে মহাসংকটে। বিলগুলো জমা ছিল সব, ফ্রিজটা একদম ফাঁকা। সেদিন খুব কেঁদেছিলাম, তবে খাবার জুটেছিল, বিলগুলোও শোধ হয়েছিল। হিন্দু, মুসলিম, খ্রিস্টান বন্ধুরাই সেদিন পাশে ছিল। কেটে দিলে তোমার আমার হাত কিংবা ঘাড় মুন্ডু, ফিনকি দিয়ে তাজা যে রক্তপ্রপাত নিঃসৃত হবে, তা কিন্তু হিন্দু মুসলিমের একই রং, লাল কালচে লাল। বাতিল হলে দেহ পুড়ে যাবে তোমার, পুড়ে যাবে আমার, অবিনশ্বর কেউ নই তিনি ছাড়া। আলিফ বা তা এর সাথে জেনেছি, জাত, ধর্ম, বর্ণ, শ্রেণী নির্বিশেষে মানুষ সত্য। তবে কেন আজ মানুষে মানুষে ধর্ম নিয়ে সহিংসতা? কেন অহেতুক উন্মাদনায় মানবতা বিপন্ন করো? So that was my Bengali poem, and now I'm going to read my English poetry, and it's "Will You Still Love Me?" So I just want to introduce about this poem first. We have a lot of things in our life, a lot of things happen, a lot of things occur, but still we wish, we want from our beloved one to love us. Sometimes we just expect even more. So this is what is all about our poem. Even we are worse, still our life partner or our beloved one will love us. So that's the poem. Will you still love me? If I feel, if I let you know all my dysfunction tomorrow, such as my impatience mood, intolerance behavior, sudden anger with screaming and throwing myself on the floor, and then fall asleep crying. If I let you know all these unusual behaviors tomorrow, or even if I say that I don't need you anymore and say everything that was hidden for so long, even if I throw the medicine box on your face and curse the hell out of you, will you still love me? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rita, for your beautiful poem. Both of the languages really heart touching. Now, I'm going to introducing one of the important poetess who is from India. She is Indrani Bandapadhyay. She is also a story writer, essayist, researcher. She published four number of books, hundred of essay, classical literature, women and old age and theology has been published in various magazines, web portal around the world. She is a professor. She received many prestigious awards from different platforms of Kolkata for her many story, essay, and poetry. Now coming Indrani Bandapadhyay to read out her first poem today. Dr. Indrani Bandapadhyay. Thank you.
Very good evening. My heartiest greeting to all the listeners and spectators and the poets from different countries. I pay thanks to Uddan TV and my friend and brother Toufiq Zohur. My first poem in English and Bengali. Now I read out the Bengali. and then I read out the English. আশ্বিনের ভোর, আশ্বিনের অমল ভোর, শব্দব্রহ্ম ছুঁয়ে আনন্দ প্রহর, কাশে কাশে রোদেলা দিন, প্রিজমে বিচ্ছুরিত মধ্যাহ্নের আলো, আকাশের ময়ূর তোরণে উপচে পড়ে শরতের কোমল মায়া, ফুল পাতা গাছের বাকলে মম গন্ধ, শিউলির রঙে লেখা উৎসবের স্বরলিপি, ধূপ ধুনো অঞ্জলি আনন্দের ভৈরবী মন্ত্র, মণ্ডপে মণ্ডপে ভিড়ের ঢল, রঙিন রোশনাই ঝাড়বাতির কাছে বৈভবের দ্যুতি, পথের বাঁকে নিশ্চুপ অনাথ মেয়েটি, আহা অবিকল ঠিক যেন দুর্গা প্রতিমা। Then I'll read out this in English. The autumn dawn, glimmering over the heavenly gates, making the white fear shine with the sunlit sky, the prism dispensing the afternoon lights, the rainbow filling the entire sky. Even nature bloom in the fragrance of the season. Every little flower sings the glory of Devi idol. The fragrance of devotion and happiness filling the air. The pandals filled with decoration and cheers, with the phony illusion of crystalline chandelier. But did you notice the silent orphan girl by the road? Look at those eyes. Makes me wonder, who is the real idol? Devi Durga or the orphan girl? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Indrani Bandapadhyay, for your beautiful poem. Now I am introducing today's one of the important poetess. She is Turkan Ergor. She is a sociologist, philosopher, writer, poetess. Columnist, ambassador for peace, world peace icon, and award-winning Turkish writer. She is an international ambassador for peace in some countries. She has won many prestigious awards and recognitions around the world from various institutions and organizations abroad and become a role model for all her writers' friends with worldwide. Turkan Ergor is a prominent writer from Turkey who has articles and poems effective about life and environment. She was named International Best Poet 2021. Her poems have been translated into different languages and published globally. Her poems were published in numerous international anthologies. Now coming, Turkan Ergor to read out her first poem today. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me, my brother Toufiq Zohur. Congratulations to all of you. Greetings from Turkey. Good evening. I'm honored. Thank you. My first poem, Turkish of my poem, Barış. Dünyada savaşlar oluyor. Çok korkunç. Masum insanlar ölüyor. Barışın olmadığı yerde üzüntü ve mutsuzluk var. Kötü hayat var. Sevgi ve saygı kayboluyor. Kıskançlıklar ve bencillikler başlıyor. Hırslarına yenik düşüp birbirlerini öldürüyorlar. Çocuklar barış için ağlıyorlar. Bitmeli artık bu ağlamalar. Mutlu olmalı, gülmeli bütün insanlar. Barış insanların sevmelerini, saygı duymalarını, mutlu ve huzurlu yaşamasını sağlar. Böylece insanlık, iyilik, güzel hayat başlar. Barış hayatı kolaylaştırır. Ülkeleri güçlü yapar. Barış kardeşliği, dayanışmayı, hoşgörüyü sağlar. Kötülüğü bitirir. Barış insanlık için önemli ve güzeldir. English of my poem. First poem. Peace. There are wars in the world, very cruel, innocent people dying. Where there is no peace, there are sadness and unhappiness. There is bad life. Love and respect disappears. Jealousies and selfishness begins. They succumb to their ambitions. They kill each other. Children are crying for peace. These cries must be happy love. Peace provides people to love, respect, provides people to live happy and peaceful. Thus, humanity, goodness, beautiful life begins. Peace makes life easier, makes countries strong. Peace, brotherhood, solidarity, tolerance provides, finishes evil. Peace is important and beautiful for humanity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my sister Turkan
I
Ergor,
thank you
for your
too.
beautiful poem. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Now I am introducing Miltiadis Dobas from Greece. Miltiadis Dobas was born in Ioannina of Greece in 1972. He studied philosophy and pedagogy and is a PhD of philosophy at the University of Ioannina. He works as a professor. He could write essays, fairy tales, and also writes 5,000 poems, 9,000 haiku, and sticks and two epics. He published 9 poetry collections and one scientific study. Now coming Mr. Miltiadis Dovas to read out his first poem today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I don't know good English. I read my poems only in Greek language. My poem, Arch, αψίδα. Άσπυλα χείλη, φωτιάς απάβγασμα, έρωτα γήινες ματιές, απόδειπνο στα αστέρια. Θυμάρι του ηλίου μου μιλά, απ' τη σπηλιά τη δεύτερη, πουτάρι τα φυλάει. Αντίστοιξη το φως στη σκοτεινιά, σημείο από τα τρίσβαθα, αγάπης θυμωμένης. Απόλυτο το κλάμα που μιλεί, απόλυτα τα αγγίγματα, νεράιδων που γελάνε. Σημείδες της φωτιάς στέλνουν φιλιά, κρυμμένα ενθυμήματα, οι λέξεις και ο χρόνος. Κέρνο το ψεγάδι της υγιής, χαμόγελο που φλέγεται στη χώρα των μενάδων. Μήνυμα αποσπερίτης στην ψυχή, της τόλμης τα άγια απόνερα, ποτέ μη τα φοβάσαι. Αρματοδρόμου ντύθηκα πνοή, τα άστρα του φαέθωνα, στα πέρατα της στίγας. Της εισέβγαινη μου χάρισε φιλή, σημάδι από τον Όλυμπο, δάκρυ της Αφροδίτης. Θέενες μου μιλούν τη χαραυγή, πορφύρα μου χαρίζουνε, ονειραμένου αγέρα. Σκήτη η θύμησή της και κελί, μονηρικά φιλέματα, ερώτων της ομίχλης. Σημάδι μαγεμένο της ψυχής, απόκριση απ' του ουρανού, τις ματωμένες ρούγες. Κοιμήθηκε το θάμα και αργή, στα πένινα εγύρεψε, κρυσφύγετο να κλάψει, χαμόγελο και δάκρυ οι αχές. Σημεία που ορίζουνε χορό φωτιών που καίνε, ψελίζουνε, λάγνα φωνή, κραυγών την απολύτρωση, ετίθεται δόρυ τάσπρο, δόρυ κατάλευκο, ντυμένο φως, στου άπειρου τα γήματα προβάλλει με το χιόνι. Κείμενο η ελπίδα της αυγής, όνειρο από τα μνήματα της λίμνης των ερώτων, ερώτων θυμωμένων ποιητών, τα σπήλου και της γύμνωσης μοναχικών αγγέλων. Απέριτο ψεγάδι μοναχό, το γήινο το βλέμμα της, ματιάς που αλλαλάζει. Άστρο της λύτρωσης που μου μιλά, πανίερο φως στα σήμαντρα, στου χρόνου την αψίδα. Ma poème art. I read my poem night. Νύχτα. Άπλιστη πληγή της αγάπης η δόξα η πέτρινη. Μεσάνυχτα θυμήθηκα ξανά της λύτρωσης το θάνατο, μετέρωτα τα ξάρτια. Κάθε ναός της νύχτας και πληγή. Απόλυτα μοναχική η αγάπη στην ψυχή μου. Γεννήθηκε φωτιά σιχλαλοή, στο ηταμό πανίερο, σκοτάδι της αψίδας. Αψίδας αφεντάδων και ληστών. Μετάστρα του Οριώνα, προϋπαντή τη νύχτα. Συνάντησα στιγμές όπου μιλούν. Κάστρα σιγής μεσάνυχτα, κρυφά πανηγυρίζουν. Πανήγυρις, η ύψωση του νου. Υπέρβαση του έρωτα, στα τόξα της αγάπης. Άπειρο η συζήτηση στο φως. Απέριτη και απόλυτη, η θάλασσα στα αστέρια. Μεσάνυχτα κερνάρουνε κρασί. Το μαύρο παγαπήθηκε απ' τους 40 σκλάβους. Οδύσσια της νύχτας η φραγμή. Όνειρα ταξιδεύουνε σε δώρατα μελένια. Σχεδία του αφέντη ωκεανού. Άσπηλη απογύμνωση στο σπήλαιο που θυμάται. Θυμάται με τα γέρη το θεϊκό, ορίζει την εξίσωση. Ανάστασης που καίει. Ανάστασης με νύχτα στην ψυχή. Όπου άπορα μεσάνυχτα τον ουρανό γυρεύουν. Γυρεύουν και τα πέρατα του νου. Ενός κτιστού, μακιάκτιστου, αντάρτη που γεννιέται. Γεννιέται με τη μάνα ξαστεριά. Κι η νύχτα η αλήτρωτη, δέσποινα στην ψυχή μου.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you
your
so much.
beautiful poem. Though we don't understand the language of Greek, but we understand the language of poetry, mythological strength. Thank you very much again. Now I am going to introducing one of the important poetess today, who is from Argentina. She is Maria Amelia Diaz. There are miles and miles distance between us, but we come closer with a mighty force that is poetry. She is an important organizer in literature based in Argentina. Her poems published in different journals in Argentina and abroad. Now coming Maria Amelia Diaz to read out her first poem today. Thank you.
Hello, I am happy to participate with other poets in this international meeting. This is important for the poet. Thank you, Toufiq, for inviting me. I read my poems in Spanish. Las primeras sombras se asoman a la ventana. Gotean sus abismos adentro del horizonte de los ojos, y los párpados abren la cercanía de la tormenta. Descuelgan los desgarros de las nubes que cruzan en apremiadas procesiones. Por un momento todo nos sobrecoge, queda suspendido y quieto en la exigua sustancia del silencio. Unánime, como un alef sombrío y su poder de niebla. Todo es un epicentro donde gira el universo y nos marea. Los recuerdos rondan sobre un friso de rostros olvidados. El viento pasa y traspasa a través del aire con su sibilante respiración de asmático. No hay grito, no hay ladrido, ni tan siquiera el ruido que produce al caer una cuchara. No hay voz que nos revele sobre el mundo inmóvil. sombras de las sombras que anticipan la nada, la luz se guarda y llueve, llueve sobre la vereda con unos pasos que se alejan sin pronunciar palabra. Thanks.
Thank you very much for your beautiful poem, our senior friend Maria Amelia Diaz. Now I am going to Elizabeth Agorou. I am introducing one of the well-known poets who from Greece. She is Elizabeth Agorou. She starts her writing when she was very early age. She is specialized in various branches of education science as her motto is the phrase education never stops. She lives in Athens and works as a teacher. She has poetry books which name The Mirror from Poem Publications. She has written many articles on different sites. Now coming Elizabeth Agorou to read out her first poem today. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this invitation to be with all you amazing people under the sky of poetry. So it was really hard at first, but I have selected two of my poems. First, I will read to you in Greek and then in English. So maybe the translation just be patient. So I'm starting. My first name is called Σύμβολα. Τα μάτια μας, σύμβολα κοινά. Μιλούν μια γλώσσα αρχαία και λιτή. Γίνονται φλίαρα όταν έρχονται κοντά. Πέφτουν σε λύθη όταν απλώνεται σιωπή. Κάποτε στέκουν μες στην άβυσσο τυφλά. Κάποτε πνίγονται σε αλήθειες που αντέχουν. Όσα κι αν ξέρουν, τα μαγνητίζει η σκιά. Μα όσα είναι πιο γενναία, δραπετεύουν. Φωτίζουν κάθε τι που βρίσκεται κοντά και ως ψυχές πολύ συχνά τα αναφέρουν. And now in English. The English word for symbola is symbols. So this poem talks about the eyes and the symbolism that the eyes have through the centuries. Symbols. Our eyes are common symbols. They speak an ancient and simple language. They become talkative when they come close, fall into oblivion when silence is spread. Sometimes they stand in the abyss blindly. Sometimes they drown in truths that endure. No matter how much they know, the shadow magnetizes them. But these that are braver escape. They illuminate everything that is nearby, and as souls, very often they refer to them. That was my first poem in Greek and in English. I have
Thank you.
another one, but maybe
Another
later.
maybe later. Yes, thank you. Now I am introducing one of the poetess who is also from Greece. She is Chryssa Nikolakis. I think she is in now online. Few times before she was disconnected. Now I am introducing one of the well-known poetess in Greece. She is Chryssa Nikolakis. She is a poetess, theologist, literature, and critics. She writes fair tales and critiques in several magazines. She graduated from University of Athens theology department with Masters of the Art. She has published literary studies in many scientific theological journals. In 2017, she published her first poetry book, Sea Gate. Her latest poetry book is Miracles and Fairies. Now coming, Chryssa Nikolakis to read out her first poem today. Thank you. Please unmute your phone. Please unmute your phone.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much. Thank you very much for inviting me in Uddan TV. I'm a little tired. In the morning, we had a great poetry meeting and we had the change of the hour, but it was such a pleasure meeting all of you. And thank you for inviting me. So I'm a literature critic and a poet. and I want to share with you a poem called in Greek Hartaetos. So I will read it to you in Greek, and then I'll find it in my mobile phone and tell it in English. Χαρταετός. Ψηλά ψηλά αφήνεσαι κι άπλυρα δίνεσαι στους ουρανούς και σιγοτραγουδάς χαρούμενος, ψηλά πετάς. Μοιάζει ο κόσμος με θεριό, να διώξεις θέλεις το κακό που το καλούν αρπακτικό και απ' τα χέρια του σαν φύγεις, ελεύθερο στο σύμπαν καταλήγεις. Δίχως όρια, χωρίς δεσμεύσεις, χωρίς πικρές διαβουλεύσεις, μόνο χαρά αποζητάς μέσα σε μάτια παιδικά που μόνο αυτά μπορούν να δουν το όνειρο και να φεθούν. This is Kite, my poem called Kite, and I would love to read it to you in English. Can you hear me?
Yes, you can read.
Okay, just a minute to find it. Just a minute. So I have it here. Just a minute. Yes, Kite. So, just a minute. Kite. Yes. You fly up and high. You give yourself to sky. You sing a child's lullaby. Joyously, you fly up and high. The world's discussed monster that you want to kill. What they call a bird of prey, that you live and fly in freedom's arms up high, without limits, with no attachments, without the bitterness of thought. You seek your joy deep in the children's eyes, the only ones who see the dream and dive into it. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, did you listen to it in the English language?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you
Welcome.
very much. Thank you for your beautiful poem. The
Thank
title of our episode was The World of Poetry Recitation in Poet Voice. This is the part 10, and our episode is going to now 59. Friends, we are already part 1 has gone. Now again I am coming to my native country, that is Bangladesh, to Nahida Ashrafi. Again I am requested to Nahida Ashrafi to read out her second poem today. Now coming Nahida Ashrafi to read out her second poem today. Thank you.
Thank you, dear poet Toufiq Zohur. Well, my first poem was about a deep love towards a beloved, towards his beloved. My second poem is about our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. And without his dynamic and leading capacity, we are not be able to free our country. So my poem is about to my great national leader, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. First, I will read it in Bangla, and then I will in English. একজন চিত্রকর, একটি বাংলাদেশ। একটি নির্ঘুম ভয়াল রাত, প্রতিপদে সাপদ সংকট, মৃত সঙ্গীত, জ্যোতিচিহ্নহীন মুমূর্ষ কবিতা, আবর্জনার মতো কিছু ব্যর্থতার স্তূপ, আর কিছু আহত পাখি পরম মমতায় তুলে নিলে কাঁধে, ধীর অথচ দৃপ্ত পায়ে হেঁটে এসে থমকে দাঁড়ালে এক বন্ধা ক্যানভাসের আগে। তোমার আঙুলের জাদুকরী সান্নিধ্যে ক্যানভাস দুলে দুলে ছেয়ে গেল অসীম সবুজে। এক নিপুণ শিল্পীর মতো একে একে জুড়ে দিলে সাগর, নদী, বনবিথিকা, ছোট ছোট ঘর, উঠোন, ক্ষেত, মাচা, নিশ্চিন্ত গৃহস্থালী। নীলের প্রলেপ মাখাতেই বিবর্ণ আকাশে ফিরে পেল তার নিজস্ব রং। ভয়াল রাতে জেলে দিলে আশ্চর্য আলোর জোনাকি। মৃত সঙ্গীত পেল নবারুণ সুর। প্রতিবাদী স্লোগানের রূপ পেয়ে আহত কবিতারা হলো নবযৌবনা। ডানা ভাঙা পাখির পাখায় এঁকে দিলে স্বাধীন পালক। তোমার আঙুল আরো এঁকে চলল গোলা ভরা ধান, রাখালের বাঁশি, নৌকার মাঝি, শুভ্র শাপলা, আরো কত কি। আকাশের কাছাকাছি লাল সবুজের এক সূর্য এঁকে লিখে দিলে একটি নাম, বাংলাদেশ। Well, I'm trying to recite it in English now, translated by our leading poet Muhammad Nurul Huda. A painter and Bangladesh. A sleepless, dreadful night at every step, frequented by the danger of wild beasts, song of death, dying poetry with no punctuations. Some heap of garbage like failure and some wounded birds. You took them all in utmost affection. You walked in slow but steady steps and stopped suddenly before a barren canvas. At the magic contact of your fingers, the canvas got covered with endless green in repeated swings. Like a skillful artist, you added sea, river, forest, bushes, countryside, small hearts, fields, platforms, and assured household. As soon as coating of blue was given, the pale sky got back its unique color. The dreadful night ignited amazing fireflies of light. Did music enriched with innovated tune. Injured poems got back a tune of a new sun. Wounded poems were blessed with fresh youth and wore a new look with slogans of protests. You fastened feathers at the wings of a bird with broken wings. Your fingers also went on painting granaries full of harvests, shepherd's flute, boatman, white shapla, and what not. Close to the sky, the painter drew a red-green sun and wrote on it a name, Bangladesh. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nahida Ashrafi, for your beautiful poem. It was dedicated to our father of the nation. Really, it was amazing poem. Now I'm going to again HB Rita. To, I think she's not in online. Yes, she is online. She's coming and she will read out her second poem now. Now coming HB Rita. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. So this is going to be my second Bengali poem, and since I know that we have to recite the poem, so I just did it right now. And I'm going to read. This poem is about, my Bangla poem is going to be Jodi Kalami Ondho Hoye Jai, means it's all about certain thing happen in our life. We don't know what's going to come up tomorrow, what we will face tomorrow. So something happened and unexpected things happen, and we are never prepared for that. But we just have to deal with that. So this is something like that, like if I'm blind tomorrow, what's going to happen? I'm going to read the Bangla poem first, and then I'm going to recite in English. Jodi কাল আমি অন্ধ হয়ে যাই, যদি কাল আমি অন্ধ হয়ে যাই, তবে কি হবে? এই ধরুন আমি আধার ছাড়া কিছুই দেখতে পারবো না। এই যে আকাশ, আকাশের বৈচিত্র্যময় রঙের খেলা, মেঘেদের সাথে সূর্যের লুটোপুটি, দিন শেষে অসীমের বুকে খণ্ড খণ্ড দুঃখের ভেলা, গড়িয়ে পড়া জল, কিছুই আর দেখা হবে না। যদি কাল আমি অন্ধ হয়ে যাই, তবে ঝরে পড়া পাতাদের জীবনের গল্প খুঁজবে না কেউ। পাতারা পড়ে থাকবে পথের ধারে একা। গৃহহীন মানুষের গা ঘেঁষে কেউ শ্রেষ্ঠ আর শ্রেণী বিভাজনে ক্ষুব্ধ হবে না। মায়ের বুক খুঁটে পৃথিবীর নির্মমতায় কেউ কেঁদে চোখ ফোলাবে না। যদি কাল আমি অন্ধ হয়ে যাই, তবে শুধু অনুভবে ছুঁয়ে যাব সন্তানের গা। মমতার চুমুতে নারীর বাঁধনে ঘিট লাগাতে কপাল খুঁজে পাব না আর। মন খারাপের দিনগুলো সব অন্ধকার হবে। বিশেষ মানুষগুলো যাদের প্রিয় ছিলাম না কোনোদিন, তারাও পাতায় ঝুলিয়ে রাখবে আমার শিল্পকর্ম। ডাস্টবিনে ছুঁড়ে ফেলা কবিতাটি নিয়ে কোনো কবি সাহিত্যিক গবেষণায় প্রমত্ত হবেন। হিংসুটে নারীগণ রেষারেষি ছেড়ে নমনীয় হবে, আমার জন্য কাঁদবে, আবারও ভালোবাসবে। যদি কাল আমি অন্ধ হয়ে যাই, তবে অদ্ভুত এক অন্ধকারের মানুষ পৃথিবীর জন্ম হবে, যা এতদিন আলোতে থাকার কথা ছিল। So that's my Bengali poem, and I'm going to recite my poem in English. I hope everyone will enjoy that. It's a little heart-touching poem, and I just want to mention that this poem is something not just that prediction or something that imagination. It's something about real life based on my experience, my life experience. So it's kind of very touchy to me, and I'm shocked that I was able to read it. I tried before also to read this poem, but I just couldn't make it. It gets me so emotional. But thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to recite my poem in English now. If I'm blind tomorrow. If I'm blind tomorrow, what would be the worst? I might say nothing but darkness and might not know the sky playing with various colors, bantered of the sun with clouds. There might be a grief day overall, a raft of sorrow in the sky, spilled tears from infinity's sky, nothing will be seen again. If I'm blind tomorrow, then no one will look for the life story of the fallen leaves. The leaves will be laying alone on the sidewalk. No one will be angry at the class division of homeless. No one will seek for a father's cold eyes and strive for a mother's pain. No one will cry for the cruelty of the world. If I'm blind tomorrow, I might only feel and touch my child to tie the knot of affection kiss. I will not find my fortune anymore. Unhappiness days, all will be dark. Exceptional people who never loved me will also hang my artwork on the page. The poem that was thrown into the dustbin someday will be intoxicated by any poet, literary researchers. Jealous women will be flexible without quarreling and will cry for me and love me again. If I'm blind tomorrow, a strange, dark population, Earth, will be born that was supposed to stay in the light for so long. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, SB Rita, for your beautiful poem. Now I'm reading some visitors' comments. Kalpana Krandon Meena is telling, feel very happy to see you all together. Nice recitation. Jebunnesa Josna is telling, it's amazing. Congratulations, all of you. Mahbub Setu is telling, Sundor Alochana. Jebunnesa Josna also telling, excellent SB Rita. Jebunnesa Josna again telling, সবাই তোমাকে ভালোবাসে রিতা. Thank you very much. Stay with us. Now I'm going to Turkan Ergor again to read out her third poem today. Now coming Turkan Ergor. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Turkish of my second poem. Dünya kadınlara benziyor. Umutlar, yılların verdiği yorgunluklar ve pişmanlıklar. Bazen de oluyor kırgınlıklar. Dünya kadınlara benziyor. Bitmesi gereken nefretler, olmaması gereken öfkeler. Bitmeyen kavgalar. Kadınlardaki bu acılar bitmiyor. Dünya kadınlara benziyor. Acılar, duyuluyor çığlıklar. Bitmedi haksızlıklar. Bazen de son buluyor suskunluklar. Dünya kadınlara benziyor. Hepsinin ülkeleri farklı ama duyguları aynı. Gözlerindeki yaşlar bitmiyor. Dünya kadınlara benziyor. English of my second poem. The world looks like woman. Hopes of the years bring exhaustion and regret. Sometimes it happens. Disappointments. The world looks like woman. Need to finish has. Need not to be angers. Unending fights. These pains in woman do not end. The world looks like woman. Pains, screamings are heard. Do not end injustice. Sometimes it ends silence. The world looks like woman. All of them different countries, but feelings are the same. The tears in their eyes do not end. The world looks like woman. Thank you.
Thank you, my
Thank you
sister.
so
Thank
much.
you for your beautiful poem. Now coming, Indrani Bandapadhyay to read out her third poem. Now coming, Indrani Bandapadhyay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother Toufiq. Very much enjoying the lovely poems. Now, my second poem, Ma Nishada. And then I read out in English. First I read in Bengali. Ma Nishada. মুছে যাক সমস্ত বিষাদ, হিরণময় আলোয় ভরে যাক সমূহ সন্তাপ, মেঘের পরতে পরতে হিমধারা জল যাক ঝরে যাক, চাষির লাঙল হল বীজ ধান তেল ঘাম নুনে মিশে যাক, আমলকি হরিতকি সবুজ ছায়ায় কবিতা শ্রাবণ বৈশাখ যায় যাক হৃদি ভেসে যাক, শান্ত কুয়াশায় অরণ্য মায়ায় ঠোঁটে ঠোঁট দুটি পাখি, তুনিরে দিও না বৃষ্টির মা নিষাদ মা নিষাদ। Then I read in English. The dark woods may all the depression dissolve. May the golden light lighten all the annoyance. The dews collecting over the layers of dark clouds washing away. The crops and plough purified by the pure sweat of the farmers. If the silence of the green immerses my poetic soul, be it. Amidst the dark cloud, look at those two lovebirds. Don't let the arrow hit them this time. Oh, fowler, please stop. Don't let the arrow, don't let the arrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Indrani Bandapadhyay, for your beautiful poem, both English and Bengali. Now I'm reading some visitors' comments. Nandita Pal is telling, খুব সুন্দর অনুষ্ঠান হচ্ছে. Mr. অনুপ Gupta is telling, excellent and amazing poet read out by Nahida Ashrafi, which is dedicated to our father of the nation. Great. কবির হোসেন is telling, খুব সুন্দর আয়োজন, অভিনন্দন কবি ও আয়োজকদের. নন্দিতা পাল is also telling, খুব সুন্দর ইন্দ্রাণী দি. Now again I am going to Miltiadis Dobas to read out one poem. Now coming Mr. Miltiadis Dobas.
One poem.
One poem.
I read my poem Africa. In Greece. Αφρική. Πατρίδα της θλίψης και από πόλεμο φλεγόμενη. Απόμερο σοκάκι των θεών. Κρύβει γέλιου πικρού την ανάβαση. Πνεύματα των προγόνων. Νου στιγμές. Χαμόγελου οι όψεις τα νύπολου. Φεγγάρια οι ελπίδες των παιδιών που πονάνε, πεινούν, μα αγωνίζονται. Μου γέλασε η θάλασσα στο φως, με ειρήνης σημείο ταΐτητο. Αφρική. Πατρίδα, τα αγώνα και τη σύνεση. Ενάντια στην άλλαλη σκλαβιά, με του κόσμου την ψυχή και τη δύναμη. Χαμόγελο το άστρο στη σιωπή, που κεντάει την πορφύρα του λεύτερου. Αδούλο των ανθρώπων οι πνοές, το σημάδι φωτιά από τον Όλυμπο. Θύμησες μου μιλάνε της γης και του ήλιου τα ειδόνια τα δεύτερα. Κι είναι όπου ακούει ο βασιλιάς και μαγεύεται από την Άγια την ήχηση. Αφρική. Θυμού η πατρίδα που μιλά γιατί τ' άδικο καρδιές επιράκτωσε. Άδικο το σημάδι του κακού, πάλων όψεων αρχόντι εφέρανε. Άδικο κομπολόι της σκλαβιάς, της θυμωμένης λύτρωσης, που κι ο Ιησούς αγιάζει. Κέρινο το ψεγάδι του ουρανού, μιας πατρίδας όλο πλούτο και δύναμη, μια ήπειρος που υμνούνε τα στοιχιά και μελωδίες υψώνουνε οι θέενες του δάσους. Πνεύματα των δακρύγρευτων βουνών, υψώστε οργή στη Σάρισα, μετάστρα της ειρήνης, υψώστε Άγιο, θεϊκό σκοπό, της μουσικής των αηδονών και του δριοκολάπτη, πρέσβεων της ειρήνης επιγής, που φέρανε Άγια λύτρωση ψυχών, ζωών, θλιμμένων. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, Mr. Miltiadis Dobas, for your beautiful poem. Now again, I'm reading some visitors' comments. Mr. Shahin Reja is telling congratulations. Mr. Poet Kushal Bhomik is telling joy ho. Poet Mr. Kamul Bahar Arif is telling bah, তুমি শুধু চাইলে কত কিছুই অনায়াসে বদলে দিতে পারো, কবি পারে। Thank you, Mr. Kamul Bahar Arif. Stay with us. Now I am going to our friend Maria Amelia Diaz. She is coming to read out her third poem. Now coming Maria Amelia Diaz.
Thank you so much again to Toufiq for inviting me. Sugar Fantasy. Y fuimos siempre dos. La sombra de la aurora derretida en las paredes, insistiendo en una nueva versión del paraíso. Éramos ella y él, los cuerpos cóncavos en los huecos convexos, en el ángulo oblicuo del amor donde la borrasca estalla. Luz y sombra inacabadas, conjugando la penumbra del poema, dos palabras resbalando en las hojas blancas del deseo. Infierno donde arden los amantes. Somos la barca y el velero, el mar atravesado por la quilla, herencia repetida en los espejos donde Eros y Psiquis se persiguen, fraguados en abecedarios de leyenda. La mitad espera su sombra, lo demás es tiempo.
Thank you. One poem next time. Now this time, thank you very much. Some of our technical problem, we cannot focusing the face. So now I'm going to Elizabeth Agorou to read out her next poem. Now coming Elizabeth Agorou. Thank you.
Thank you. So my next poem is not published in my first book, but it's coming. So I'm going to read to you first in Greek and then in English. This poem talks about our soul, the searching of our soul, which in my point of view has many, many colors and spreads wide like a colorful silk, like a scarf of silk that spreads wide through life. So, the title is Πολύχρωμο μετάξι. Της ψυχής σου το πολύχρωμο μετάξι, της πνοής σου η αόρατη κλωστή, κάποια αυγή τριγυρνάει να ανάψει, απ' το κρύο της ασχήμιας να σωθεί. Της ψυχής σου η ολόφωτη κραυγή, που παλεύει να πετάξει, σαν ξεχάσει την αλήθεια της θα βρει. And in English, the title is Colorful Silk. The colorful silk of your soul, of your breath, the invisible thread, some dawn is going around to light, to be saved from the cold of ugliness. The bright cry of your soul, struggling to fly, as if she forgot she will find her truth. That was it. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much again. Now
Thank you.
I'm going to Chryssa Nikolakis to read out her third poem. Now coming, Chryssa Nikolakis. Thank you.
I have a poem called in Greek "Δωρεά πνεύματος." I will read it to you in Greek and then in English. It's a love poem. It speaks about paradise and hell that we come through when we are in love. So, κατέθεσα το ιερό στεφάνι και δεήθηκα υπέρ του ονόματός σου. Στην εκκλησία άναψα κερί και στου Διόνυσου τη μουσική αρχίνησα χορό εκστατικό δαιμονισμένο. Κι είπα, κόλαση και παράδεισος μαζί, εσύ η γη και ο ουρανός μου. Και κλαίουσα ξυπόλυτη, βγήκα ασθμένοντας από το ναό, σήκωσα το κεφάλι μου ψηλά και ρώτησα. Και εσείς, οι απόγονοι του Αδάμ, ποιο προπατορικό αμάρτημα χρωστάτε? Εδώ η ζωή, εδώ και ο θάνατος. And I will read it to you now in English. Just a minute to find it. The gift of πνεύμα. So, I laid an honorary wreath. I prayed for your name. In the church, I lit a candle and I started my frenetic and ecstatic dance on Dionysus' rhythm. And I said, heaven and hell, you my earth and you my sky. Barefoot I ran away from the temple. Crying, I raised my head up high and I asked, oh, you, Adam's descendants, which is your original sin? Life is here, and so is death. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your beautiful poem. Finally, I am going to Nahida Ashrafi. Now, Nahida Ashrafi is coming to read out his last poem today. Thank you again, all. Now coming, Nahida Ashrafi.
Oh my God, I have to read another poem.
Yes, you read another poem. Thank you.
Well, one minute, please. Well, I read my third poem, and first of all, I would try to read it in Bangla and then English. Okay. বাংলায় কবিতাটার নাম হচ্ছে নাম দিয়েছি অবহেলা। অবহেলার নামে এক উই পোকা আছে, হৃদয় যে নিপুণ ভাবে কুড়ে খেয়ে যায়। বাহানার বৃক্ষ জুড়ে বিরহের ফুল, ভালোবাসা পড়ে থাকে গাছের তলায়। আমি তো কোকিল নই, কাকের স্বভাব, ছোটে নিয়ে বেঁচে আছি রোজকার ঘৃণা। পরিণয় মধু নিয়ে দূরে উড়ে গেলে গুছিয়ে রাখি ফের তোমার আঙিনা। Thank you. Now I will read in English, translated by renowned poet Muhammad Nurul Huda. I call it disregards. There is a white ant called disregards who eats up the herd blameless. Separation blossoms unfulfilled excuses. Love prostrates under the tree careless. Not a cuckoo. Rather, I wear the habit of a crow. I survive every day with hatred between my lips. After you fly afar, sucking the honey of wedlock, again I bring in order to country you have left. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Naida Ashrafi, for your beautiful poem, both Bangla and translated. Now
Thank you.
I'm going to HB Rita to read out her final poem today. Now coming HB Rita. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So I'm going to introduce my last poem today in Bengali and a recitation of in English. So let me say in Bengali so people who are listening to us or they can also understand. We usually talk about women's beauty all the time, write many poems. We don't write much about men's beauty or attractions. Men has attractions also like women. So why we don't write about men's attractions? We should, right? So today my poem is all about a full voice of a man which fascinated women's. Okay. আমরা সাধারণত নারীর সৌন্দর্য নিয়েই লিখি, আকর্ষণ নিয়ে লিখি, কবিতা লিখি। পুরুষের সৌন্দর্য বা আকর্ষণ নিয়ে খুব একটা লিখি না। পুরুষেরও সৌন্দর্য আছে, আকর্ষণ আছে নারীর মতোই। তবে কেন আমরা তাদের নিয়ে লিখব না? আমার আজকের কবিতাটা সেই একজন পুরুষের ভরাট কণ্ঠ কিভাবে একজন নারীকে মোহিত করে সেটা নিয়ে। ঠিক আছে? So I'm going to start my poem in Bangla. The name is আকাঙ্ক্ষা। আমার কবিতাটির আজকের বাংলা নামটা হচ্ছে আকাঙ্ক্ষা। কফির কাপে চুমুক দিতে দিতে তার ভরাট কণ্ঠ মধ্যরাতের ঘুম ভাঙানির কারণ। আলাপনে ছিল না প্রেমের সংকেত, ইনিয়ে বিনিয়ে আহত করার লিপ্সা তাও ছিল না। বলেছিল সে জুরাসিক যুগের পাখিদের আবির্ভাবের কথা, দূরত্ব অতিক্রমে স্থানান্তরিত হতে হতে দৃষ্টিগ্রাহ্য সংকেত শেষে কেমন করে তারা চিনে নেয় নিজ সম্প্রদায়ের পরিজনদের। মুগ্ধতা নিয়ে শুনছিলাম, তীক্ষ্ণ নয়, ভারী পুরুষালী কণ্ঠে পাখিদের কথা। জ্যাক ড্যানিয়েল ব্যর্থ মাদকতায়, এ কণ্ঠ কেবল নেশা ধরিয়ে যায়। ধোঁয়াশায় হৃদস্পন্দন বাধাগ্রস্ত হলে সম্মোহন জাগিয়ে যায়। বারবার এই কণ্ঠ শোনার আকাঙ্ক্ষায় প্রতারিত হতেও দ্বিধা নেই। So I'm going to recite my poem now about the desire. It's going to be in desire that I already introduced, that we have to talk about a man's attractions that fascinate women, okay? So, desire. The reason for waking up in the midnight was his full voice as I sip a cup of coffee. There was no sign of love in the conversation. He had no desire to hypocrite my emotions. He was talking about the advance of birds in the Jurassic period, how they moved over distance and recognized the relatives of their community with visual clues. I was listening with fascination, not sharp, but in heavy, masculine voice. Hear Jack Daniel fall in intoxication. This voice is just intoxicating me. The fog interrupts the heartbeat. Hypnosis wakes up, longing to hear this voice again and again, the man's voice. I have no hesitation in being deceived over. Thank you.
Thank you, HB Rita, for your beautiful, colorful poem. Really, it was a heart-touching poem. I'm reading some visitors' comments. Mr. Shoibal Nur, poet, is telling Khub Sundar. Poet Roni Adhikari is telling very nice. Now I'm going to Indrani Bandapadhyay to read out her final poem today. Now coming Indrani Bandapadhyay. Thank you.
Thank you. Now my last poem, first in Bengali. কবিতার নাম রূপান্তর। নিজেকে রূপান্তরিত করি প্রতিপল প্রতিটি সময়। রক্তের স্তিমিত কণাকে প্রত্যয়ের উত্তাপে উষ্ণ করি। ক্লিষ্ট নির্মককে ছুঁড়ে ফেলি। সত্যের আশিতে দেখি মুখ। সুখের রাংতা ফেলে দুঃখকে জড়িয়ে ধরি। ভালোবাসার আগুনে নিজেকে পোড়াই। স্বাদ করে বড় স্বাদ করে নিজেকে পোড়াই। দহনে সহনে উত্তরিত করি নিজেকে। কিশোরী থেকে নারী, জায়া থেকে জননী, জননী থেকে চিরন্তনী মানবী সত্তায়। Now I read in English. Transformation. I transform myself every time and every minute. Every beat of my blood boiling with the warmth of my beliefs, wrapping up already torn skin to see myself in the truth mirror. I feel like burning myself, burning in the flames of love, willing to rise like phoenix over my own ashes, rising from a girl to a woman, a wife to a mother, and from mother to the eternal being, trying to keep human within. Thank you.
Thank you, Indrani Bandapadhyay, for your beautiful poem. Finally, I'm going to my sister Turkan Ergor to read out her last poem today. Now coming, Turkan Ergor.
Thank you, my brother. Turkish of my third poem. Aşk. Aşk ilgi gösterir, değer verir. Ama aşk göründüğü gibi değildir bazen. Aşk bu değildir bazen. Aşk başka bir şeydir. Aşk ne sevdiğini göstermektir. Aşk ne sevdiğini gizlemektir. Aşk ne birine güzel demektir. Aşk sevdiğini her zaman düşünmek, aşk bir insanı kalpten sevmektir. English of my third poem, Love. Love shows interest, value, but love is not as it seems sometimes. Love this is not sometimes. Love is something else. Love does not mean show you love. Love does not mean to hide your loved one. Love does not mean beautiful to someone. Love is always think of the you love. Love is to love a person from the heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Turkan Ergor, for your beautiful, thoughtful poem. Now
Thank you.
I'm going to Miltiadis Ntovas to coming his last poem. Mr. Miltiadis Ntovas is coming to read out his last poem today.
Thank you so much. I read my poem Midnight in Greek language. Μεσάνυχτα. Έρος δίχως έρωτα. Με τα μεσονύχτιες στιγμές που προσπερνάμε. Χαμόγελος οθόνη, η ταμού υπολογιστή. Της ελπίδας δωρικό το ανάθεμα. Μεσάνυχτα. Ο χρόνος παγωμένος βγήκε πορεία με τα όνειρα. Αστροφενιά και γέλιο, θύμισες του ουρανού, χωμάτινες ψυχές μιας ψεύτρας Αφροδίτης. Είναι μεσάνυχτα. Ο Θεός των ονείρων, τραγικός δολοφόνος, προσκυνάει τη μύδια. Οι σκέψεις μου, μαγεία που πονά. Θριαμβικές αψίδες στον ερώτων το θάνατο. Μεγάλωσε το δάσος των σκιών, που κεριά το φωτίζουν στη νιώτη του. Ήψωμα με το φως των ποιητών, στιγμών της απογύμνωσης, στα τόξα που φοβάμαι. Αχώς μαυροντημένος και πομπή. Τα μάτια της βασίλισσας δανείσανε σκοτάδι. Άλλαλο ύφος που η νύχτα προσκυνά. ομοίωμα της ύπαρξης, το φως όπου λυπάται. Πέτρινες της αψίδας οι στιγμές, χορός φεγγίζει δόρατα, γήινων προσωπίδων, γήινων, θυμωμένων και νεκρών, στα πόλη του τα πέρατα, μεσάνυχτα, αλήθειας.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Miltiadis Ntovas, for your beautiful poem. Now I am going to Maria Amelia Diaz to read out her last poem today. Now coming, Maria Amelia Diaz. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Liberé mis alas, palabras fugaces volando entre los velos de la niebla. Intenté rastreadores furtivos sobre las pampas invisibles para buscarme entre los matorrales de la sombra. Pero es difícil el camino cuando no hay camino y la lluvia nos borra el regreso. In English, I feed my wings, a pair of fleeting words, rising through the veil of mist. I try sneaky trackers on invisible fields, in search of myself among the thicket of the shadow. But the road is difficult one when there is not pathway, and the rain erases our trace of return. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria Amelia Diaz, for your beautiful poem. Now I am reading some visitors' comments. Mr. আখতারুজ্জামান is telling কবিতাটা সুন্দর আবৃত্তি করছেন রীতা ম্যাম। Mr. Ronnie Odhikari is telling বাহ বড়ই কাব্যময়তা। Ronnie Odhikari is again telling very beautiful poetry. Ariful Islam is telling excellent. Thank you everyone. Stay with us. Now I am going to Elizabeth Agorou to read out her last poem today. Now coming Elizabeth Agorou. Thank you.
Hello again. I'm going to read to you a poem of my first book, my poetic collection. It's called The Mirror. Καθρέφτης, which means the mirror in English. I will first read it to you out loud in Greek and then in English. The title is «Ομορφιά». Αξίζει του κόσμου η έπαρση, της φτύνιας η τιμή, να υποκληθεί μπροστά στα πόδια σου ζωή, στην ομορφιά σου. Σε τούτη την ανεκτήμητη ρογμή, του χωροχρόνου μια ευχή, τα θαύματα να δούμε από τη ματιά σου. Αξίζει του σωρού η φωνή, η ζυμωμένη με ντροπή, να μην βαρσαμώσει τα φτερά σου. Σε τούτη την παράξενη εποχή, το αύριο είναι ένα παιδί που ζει κοντά σου. And I'm going to read it in English. The world's arrogance, the price of cheapness, deserves to bow life at your feet, to your beauty. In this priceless crack, a wish of space and time, to see the miracles through your eyes, life. The voice is worth the pile, the firmed with the shame not to embalm your wings. In this strange time, tomorrow is a child who lives near you. It's about beauty and to find beauty in its moment, in its soul, in its day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth Agorou, for your beautiful poem, both in English and Greek language. Now I'm going to finally Chryssa Nikolakis to read out her last poem today. Now coming Chryssa Nikolakis. Thank you.
Just a minute. Hello? Yes.
Yes, I am listening.
Yes, okay. I am going to read to you a poem of me in Greek, which is called Πόθος. Σε θέλω, σαν έκτοτος άγγελος που έφτασε στον παράδεισο κι ήπια από πηγή καθάρια. Σε θέλω, σαν λουλούδι στην Ιουδαία έρημο που βρήκε την κασταλία πηγή. Σε θέλω, σαν λίμνη που αποζητά το αταξίδευτο, ωκεανός να γίνει, να ποδράσει. Σε θέλω, άνεμος γίνομαι στα χείλη σου, φιλί να με κεράσεις, μα είναι το λαγίνο σου μικρό. Και πώς θα με χορτάσεις? This is Desire. It's a poem about love. And I have a little poem in English translated from Billy Wallach, a friend of mine in America. And I would love to say to you, if we have time in English, it's almost the same, like that. Can you hear me?
Yes, I am hearing you. Please. read it.
Oh, okay, just a minute. Thank you. I have it right here. Just a minute. Yes, here I have it. That's it. Just a minute. Μην μιλήσεις, αγάπη μου.
Πες που είναι τώρα πριν να φύγω.
I don't have it. It's okay. I don't have it in English, so it doesn't matter. We can go on. I can't find it. Another time.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for your beautiful poem. Finally, we have to reach the last moment. So, at the last moment, I am going to read out my one poem. That is first of all Bangla and translated in English.
Yes,
Because
please.
I'm. Thank you, Nahida Ashrafi. I am with your support. I am going to reading my one poem. This poem is also already a romantic poem. The title of the poem in Bengali, Ushnota Ek Cup Coffee or Tumi. তৃষ্ণার্ত আত্মায় এক কাপ কফি ও তোমার সান্নিধ্যে বিকেলটা আমি সাজিয়ে ফেলি অভিজাত রঙে। মিথ্যার অন্ধকারগুলো সরিয়ে জ্বালিয়ে দেই প্রেমের বাতি। যতবার তোমার কাছে পৌঁছে যাই আমার নাকে মাতোয়ারা জাগায় কাঁঠাল চাপার গন্ধ। তোমার কল্যাণিয়া মুখ দেখে ভুলে যাই কফি ঠান্ডা হতে চলেছে। প্রতিবার প্রতিক্ষণ একই ছবিতে ভাসিয়ে দেই আমার বর্তমান ও ভবিষ্যতের ওয়াদা। মেঘবালিকা ও মেঘবালিকা, জীবনের মোহে চিরটাকাল তোমার পাশে বসেই চুমুক দিতে চাই উষ্ণ কফির পিয়ালায়। Thank you. The title of this poet is translation. The title of the poem is named You and a Cup of Coffee, translated by poet Kushal Bhomi. A cup of coffee in a thirsty soul, and your presence, I decorate the afternoon with elegant color. Removing the darkness of falsehood, I lit the lamp of love. Every time I reach you, my sense receive the fragrance of your loving face, and I forgot the coffee gonna cold. Again and again in the same picture, I float the promise of present and future. Sweetheart, oh sweetheart, I want to sit next to you forever and sip a warm cup of coffee with the fascination of life. Thank you very much. We have to reach the last moment of this program today. We have started one speech that was the sky of poetry is one. Around the world, poets are written their poetry in many languages, but the color of poetry is one. Today, 9 poets from different countries they read their poems different languages, but the touch and the sound of the poem are same. I think so. I think Nahida Ashrafi also agree with me. SB Rita also with me. The color of poetry is same, but the language is different. All poet are writes their poem in one ink, that is the pen. Pen is one, color is one, but the language is different. But the poet destination is one, that is the humanity. So today
Right.
we are going to finish our program this way. Again and again, thanks to all everyone. Again, we will invite you another episode so that stay safe, keep up in good work always. Thank you very much. Have a good day, good evening, good night, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Thank you. Thank you.
There is
Thank
no
you
Thank
too.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
All.